In the opening scene, we are introduced to an arrogant Bollywood music producer, Shakti Kumar. He is judging a children's singing competition with a fellow singer. When she gives points to a kid for being cute, Shakti flips out and starts cursing her. He makes the kid cry, commenting that his cuteness isn't a talent. This causes a huge scandal and Shakti is boycotted from the Singers Association. The protagonist of the film is a 15-year-old girl named Insia, living with her Muslim family in the city of Baroda. Her family consists of father Farooq, mother Najma, and her little brother Gudu. Farooq beats his wife for the smallest mistakes and is abusive to Insia as well. One day, Insia returns from a school trip and sees her mother wearing sunglasses. When they are alone, she takes them off, revealing that she has a black eye. Najma dismisses it as an accident, but her daughter knows the real cause of the bruising. She sympathizes with Najma and feels helpless that she cannot do anything to help her. The mother and daughter have a bond like no other. In a household where women are only taught to cook and clean, Najma has fought for Insia's right to go to school. She has also made Insia a talented singer after gifting her a guitar when she was only 6. Insia's dream is to become a professional singer, but she knows as long as her father is her guardian, it will never come true. While on the train today, she was told about an inter-school singing competition where the winner gets a laptop. She tells Najma about it and decides to ask permission from her father when he returns home from work. To her dismay, Farooq is in a bad mood because Najma forgot to put salt in his curry. He throws the plate in her face and storms into his room. Insia refrains from asking him about the competition, afraid to agitate him even more. This has become a routine for the family and Insia is tired of it. She tells her mother to divorce him, but Najma has no money to take care of herself without her husband. The following day, Insia returns home from school to see a laptop on the table. Najma bought it for her because she was the reason Insia couldn't ask her father's permission yesterday. Insia celebrates by showing her mother several things on the internet. For the next week that Farooq is away, she is over the moon. The laptop brings joy to the family, whose only form of entertainment was television till now. Then, Insia decides to make a YouTube video of herself singing but realizes that if she shows her face, her father will find out. Upon seeing her frustrated, Najma suggests she wear a burqa. That way, the audience can focus on the song and her father won't recognize her either. Insia sings an original song for her first video and uploads it under the name Secret Superstar. She waits for views to come in, but they never do. A few days later, Insia gives up on YouTube and continues on with her life. But the very next day, she notices that more than 11,000 people have watched the video, and all of them are complimenting her voice. Najma is excited for her, but scared that her husband will get a hint of this. She reminds Insia to be extra careful on the internet. The next day, Farooq returns home from a month-long trip and sees the laptop. Najma says that it was a gift to Insia from her uncle in Mumbai. The man doesn't ask further questions, much to their relief. A few days later, he goes on yet another trip. As soon as he leaves, Insia gets on her laptop and makes a second video. This time, she sings a self-written song about her mother, which goes viral within a single day. She starts getting attention from music producers alongside gaining a lot of followers. By the end of the month, her face is in the newspaper. Then, we are introduced to one of Insia's classmates named Chintan. He has a crush on her and has heard her sing for years. One day, Chintan asks her if she is the secret superstar because he noticed they sound similar. Insia tells him everything and begs him to keep it a secret. Chintan is happy to help and is glad that she trusts him enough to share. At night, Insia is going through her emails when she sees one from a controversial producer, Shakti. He is struggling to find a singer for his new song after he was boycotted. Hence, he asks Insia to come to Mumbai to record a song for him, but she isn't interested. She has heard of his controversies and believes that he is not the ideal person to work with at the moment. Because Insia's focus is diverted, she doesn't do very well on a class test. When Farooq finds out about this, he is furious. He blames her guitar and destroys it, demanding that she never sing again. In a fit of rage, Insia retaliates, which makes him more aggressive. In the end, Najma has to interfere so he won't hurt her daughter. The next evening, everyone is getting ready to go to a relative's wedding. Farooq asks his wife to wear a gold necklace that she was gifted long ago. But it turns out that she sold the necklace to buy the laptop for Insia. She pretends to look for it in the cupboard and is trembling in fear. Insia finds out about this and suggests they pretend that it is lost. However, Farooq hears them talking and discovers the truth. Rage flashes in his eyes as he declares they won't be attending the wedding today. Insia realizes her mother is in trouble and takes the blame herself. But nothing she says stops him. He slaps his wife and orders the kids to go inside the room. Insia holds Gudu in her arms and cries, unable to hear her mother's screams. A while later, the noise stops and she runs outside to see her mother on the floor, but Farooq is still not done with her. To stop him, Insia throws her laptop off the balcony and begs for his forgiveness. The mother and daughter watch the broken laptop, seeing all their dreams and hopes crushed in front of their eyes. For the next few days, they do not talk to anyone. Chintan notices Insia's strange behavior and cheers her up at school. A few days later, Farooq returns home with sweets. He reveals that he is being transferred to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia and is taking the entire family. He has even arranged Insia's marriage to the son of a friend. Insia is completely against moving to Riyadh, let alone getting married at 15. She is especially mad at her mother because Najma knew Farooq was planning this but never told Insia. Later, Insia is watching TV when she hears the news about the music producer Shakti. He just divorced his wife, who has the best divorce lawyer in the country. If Insia does a favor for Shakti, he might hook her up with a lawyer who will help her mother. The following day, she asks Chintan for his phone and calls the producer. He is ready to send her a ticket to Mumbai the next day. Insia is skeptical because she has never been away from home without her parents. She feels better when Chintan promises to arrange everything for her. The next morning, she packs a burqa to school and receives the plane ticket from Chintan, who has printed it out. Upon reaching school, they sneak out through the window and jump off a wall. Insia thanks him before running away. She boards the plane on her own for the first time in her life. At Mumbai airport, a sketchy man claims he is there to pick her up. Despite being afraid, she goes with him and reaches the studio where Shakti and his team are waiting for her. He welcomes her wholeheartedly, a complete opposite of how he is portrayed in the media. However, the song he wants her to sing is out of her comfort zone. It is an upbeat song with many innuendos where she has to moan. Shakti sees her struggling and understands she is not the one for the job, but Insia retaliates. She says the song sounds like a lewd version of a song that was supposed to be about love. Shakti is shocked at the comment because she is right. He wrote the song 10 years ago, and it was originally supposed to be a melodic R&B. But since the producers nowadays want party songs, he modified the lyrics to fit their tastes. He is ready to fight the producers if Insia is willing to sing it in its original form. She agrees and sings beautifully. By the end of the song, everyone in the studio applauds her. A while later, Shakti is driving her to the airport and telling her about the payment. But Insia stops him, saying she doesn't want his money but his help. She wants to meet his wife's divorce lawyer for her mother. Initially, Shakti doesn't want to take her to the woman because she hates him. But on seeing that Insia is desperate, he arranges an appointment for next week. Insia returns home by the end of the day without anyone suspecting her. The next week, she flies to Mumbai again with Chintan's help. Shakti brings her to the lawyer's office. Insia tells her everything about her parents and begs for help. The woman gives her a file of papers and asks her to bring her mother's signature. If she signs them and goes to the police, Farooq will be arrested. From then on, they can not only sue him for violence but also get a divorce settlement. In the evening, Insia returns home and tells her mother about the papers in excitement. But Najma doesn't reciprocate it. She is shocked that her daughter has been flying to a different city. Moreover, Insia never asked Najma if she wanted a divorce, like her father never asked her if she wanted to get married. Najma feels like everyone makes decisions for her, and she doesn't own her life anymore. Insia calls her mother a coward for not standing up for their lives. She stops speaking to her, convinced Najma is responsible for everything. One afternoon, Insia's aunt labels her as evil for disrespecting her mother. She reveals that when Najma was pregnant with Insia, Farooq wanted to abort the baby. Najma was beaten and taken to the hospital but ran away. She only returned after 10 months with an infant, promising she would abort if she got pregnant with a girl again. Fortunately, she didn't have to, but Insia calling her a coward couldn't be further from the truth. Upon discovering what Najma has endured, Insia resolves to follow her mother's wishes. She deletes her YouTube channel from a cyber cafe and prepares to move to a new country. Shakti calls her several times, offering help, even ready to contact the police and child protective services for her, but Insia has made up her mind. Her song is released in a few days and becomes a sensation. It tops charts on all platforms, making her an actual celebrity. Najma is proud of her daughter but saddened that she has to give up on her dreams. On the last day of school, Insia and Chintan talk for a long time, eventually saying their final goodbyes. After returning home, the family heads to the airport with their luggage. The first flight is to Mumbai, then to Saudi Arabia. At Mumbai airport, a problem arises as the luggage is too heavy. Farooq orders Insia to throw her guitar away, and she obeys. But Najma, for the first time, speaks against her husband, insisting they keep the guitar as it's Insia's most prized possession. An enraged Farooq raises his hand, but Najma tells him to stop. She warns that if he hits her, she will go to the police, and if arrested for violence, he will lose his job. She suggests he fly to Saudi alone because she and her children are not going. Farooq is left speechless and tries to persuade her otherwise, but she brings out the divorce papers and signs them. As Insia walks her siblings outside, Farooq follows, begging her to listen. In the end, They leave, and he has to fly alone. Later, the family attends the National Entertainment Awards where Insia is nominated for Best Singer. Although she doesn't win, she is called to the stage as an honorary guest. She gives a heartfelt speech about her mother, and the movie ends with them hugging.